So excited to gather together for a concert this morning. Love starting our days together, and especially when we get to enjoy some wonderful music. Our third grade string students have been working real hard, so hard, practicing, preparing for today. They are so excited, so we want to really make sure our behavior matches all of their great efforts. All right? I want to thank Mrs. Clemans and Mrs. Jaques for all of their hard work and instructing students, and I want to thank Mr. Martin way back there for accompanying with the piano for the performance today. And I want to thank Westboro TV for filming for us today. So without further ado, I turn it over to Mrs. Clemans.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to be playing a number of songs for you today, and you'll notice that for most of them, for all of them, you're going to see the whole group plucking the strings. For a couple songs at the end, you'll notice a few people using the bow, and I just wanted you to notice two ways of making sound on our instruments. Either plucking the string, which by the way has a very fancy Italian name, and I'm going to teach it to you right now. Plucking the string is called pizzicato. Everybody try that word. Pizzicato. Yeah, that's the fancy Italian word for plucking on a stringed instrument. So we're going to be doing that for most of our songs. And we're starting with a warm-up called Up and Down the D string and Up and Down the A string. So we're picking two of our strings and putting our fingers down in order. And I wanted you to just notice the difference between the sounds of the D string notes versus the sounds of the A string notes and which you think are higher. I will ask you after the warm-up. So here's Up and Down the D and then Up and Down the A. A-string notes. Did you think that the A-string notes sounded a little higher, all of them? Did you hear the difference? Yeah, cool. There are actually two different instruments being played up here. Some people are playing violin and some people are playing viola, but by looking and by listening, you can't tell the difference right now because we're all playing the same notes. So the violas and violins, we're all playing D-string notes at the same time and A-string notes at the same time. So for this year in the third grade, the violins and violas sound exactly the same because we're choosing notes that both instruments can play together. And then in the fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, and beyond, those instruments start playing different notes. But in the third grade, we keep everybody together. Did you notice how together they were actually with the steady beat too? Cool. Speaking of violin and viola being the choices in third grade, can the second graders raise their hands? I just want to see who the second graders are. Because you should be paying special attention to this concert because this could be your choice next year if you want to be a string player, if you want to play violin or viola, so kind of listen up. Great, thank you second graders. So now we're going to play some songs for you, and the first song we're going to play is going to use just two notes, D and A, and we're going to use it to spell out the word dad, so we call it the dad song. Thank you. I love that song, and doing it right after playing our D string notes and A string notes, you can really hear that difference between the D and the A. Now we're going to play a song that's only on the D string, but I think you're going to like it because you're probably going to recognize this song. It's called Hot Cross Buns. Thank you. Now I get to share a fun fact about the dad song and Hot Cross Buns. They can be played together as partner songs. And so we're going to show you how that works right now. This side of the group is going to play Hot Cross Buns first. That side of the group is going to play Dad's song first, and we're going to have two different leaders, and then you're going to see the leaders switch places, and the students are going to magically switch which part they're playing. So enjoy this combination of those two partner songs, the Dad song and Hot Cross Buns. Nice work. I hope you could actually hear both songs being played at the same time. Could you hear that? That it was a combo? Okay. So far, everybody has been playing pizzicato in this concert. In the next song, which is, by the way, third grade favorite concert song, which is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And you're going to hear a combo. You're going to hear first the whole group plucking the song, pizzicato. And then you're going to hear a fancy solo played by Mrs. Jaques and a student. We have a student soloist for this as well. So you'll enjoy their fancy version of Twinkle, called an obbligato. And when they're done playing their fancy obbligato, you're going to hear another student joining in with the bow. I'll be joining in with the bow. And the whole group will be plucking Twinkle. So we hope you enjoy our combo version of Twinkle. You'll hear the song 3 times if you listen closely. Thank you. So now you can probably notice a big difference between the plucking or pizzicato and using the bow. In the second half of the year, all of our students are going to be learning how to use the bow, and they're going to perform again in May, all of these songs with the bow. So this is a little bit of a preview for them as well, seeing people playing with the bow, because that's what they're going to be working on for the second half of the year. We have one more song for you. It's a fiddle tune called the Cabbage song. And we're going to play very similarly to the last song. You're going to hear the whole group plucking the tune of the Cabbage song. Then you're going to see Mrs. Jaques play a very fancy fiddle style solo. And then you'll hear the whole group play the song again with the fiddle solo. So enjoy the Cabbage song. You guys have been a fantastic audience, and we can't wait to have you as our future string players when you're in the third grade. So be thinking about that, and we hope you enjoyed the music today.
Wow, can we give another round of applause? They were awesome. Congratulations, third graders, you did a remarkable job with that. That was wonderful. Audience, you were also amazing, so wonderful job. We hope everyone enjoys a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you again to Mrs. Clemans and Mrs. Jaques and Mr. Martin. Have a good one.